Nope. They got something rocking and rolling.
If you're an American soccer fan, the internet this weekend is your friend.
Also because Canada played a Uruguay in a third place game.
Yeah.
And,
That's what we're
the worst
getting ready
thing,
to go watch it.
the worst thing the American soccer fan wanted to see was going to see on Twitter was Canada winning third place at their first ever Copa America game.
And it almost happened.
Almost happened until the very end of Luis Suarez with a game tying goal in the stoppage time, I believe, going into penalties. And of course, I picked Uruguay to win in penalties because of the experience level and all this other stuff. Alfonso Davis, the experience there with the Panenka off the crossbar, a la Messi versus Ecuador.
Yeah, he tried to.
But this one cost him the game. That one cost him the game. Yeah. If he makes it, they continue kicking. If he misses, it's over. But he missed. It's over. Canada lost, but a respectful performance to Canada. You know, they deserved a little.
Canada, I feel like the biggest, one of the biggest like FU to U.S. soccer this weekend was the fact that Canada, who is your CONCACAF rival, up and comer, made it to the World Cup for the first time, and now a fourth place finish in their first Copa America, which matches USA's Copa America history.
Yep.
You have Jesse Marsh, who I know we have our club history against Jesse Marsh, but the dude has been at least out there coaching, and went for the interview for the USMNT job, went through that process, got shitted on. He comes into Canada 6 weeks in and has them
playing for third place,
and
winning into the 90th minute.
Yeah, giving it with some players on the bench. He wasn't playing with a full squad.
Yeah, he played a little bit more rotated squad. I don't want to say B team rotated squad, but
2 weeks, bro.
Jesse Marsh poo-pooed them badly
straight
on the
up
press conference. The U.S. national team. He's like, he wouldn't even consider the job unless there was like an overhaul of
the whole back, like the
whole front office
organization.
The organization. This is showing the third worldness of the U.S.
Straight up,
even the soccer federation is in the mud.
Straight up said, I don't think I'll ever work there if there's not a change in the organization. Like, that's for a U.S. coach who has had the ambitions to be a U.S. manager. To say that, well, you know it's fucked up in there.
Yeah,
like, you know it took us a week and some change to fire Berhalter.
Hopefully, this kind of like to spark in the U.S. Federation to get it right, to finally get it right. Because if they don't get it right, it's clear that it's on the people, Matt Crockett, people make the decision makers. It's like it's not good up there. You got to start over, or really start over. Or else the 2026 World Cup is going to be in another throwaway tournament for the U.S. Right. You know, we have the talent to potentially compete in the group stage, get out the group stage, and you never know what happens from there. But if you're not giving yourself a chance at that point, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, and it just showed that somebody like Jesse can go in, like, what was it, his 7th game?
Something because he played 2 friendlies before the tournament, which was his first 2 games, and then the tournament.
Look at that.
And he's played 3, 4,
and
5,
they were in
6.
it, bro. They were in it against Argentina, and they were in it against Uruguay.
Yeah.
So you can't take anything away from that performance.
The only teams that they lost in regulation time was Argentina.
Look at that.
Everybody else, they drew or beat.
So I think Canada has everything to hold their head on.
Yeah.
They leave the tournament.
Kings of CONCACAF right now.
Right now, honestly, yeah. Because Mexico definitely in there. Talking about Mexico taking the L in the friendly to the U.S. women's.
Yeah.
We thought that maybe that would have been a highlight of being American this weekend, but nope.
They were celebrating the 25th anniversary of the 1999 Women's World Cup champions, the 99ers.
999.
The Niners. The 99ers.
They get a lot of love.
Yes, they do. The whole squad was in attendance. I believe the whole squad was in attendance, and they lifted the trophy up and everything. Hooray!
Nah, so yeah, a team that actually won World Cups. So I don't know. Going forward, U.S. in the mud, Canada's on the up. Who's to see? What's the next one? Gold Cup, Nations League.
Nations League, I think start, and then the Gold Cup is in next summer. The Gold Cup is next summer. I think the U.S. has to win the Gold Cup automatically to consider, but now the Canadian team is probably a favorite.
Yeah,
they should be the favorite right now.
Yeah, if they continue on the track that they're going, maybe get a little bit more like if they can develop, or maybe not,
They have a friendly game against the U.S. coming up in September, which I think is retarded. But yeah,
if some better defenders can come up through a system and get maybe into like some high level teams, Canada definitely has their forwards are all playing European football. They're all playing a high level football. Like it's not just like, oh, I'm in Belarus.
Yeah. They have the same. They have against the Uruguay team we were talking about yesterday watching the game. That they have very similar talent in playing in Europe. Maybe they're not at the top level leagues, but they're in secondary leagues, but at the top clubs of those leagues.
And unlike US, because we mentioned it as well, they do have one player that can constantly be considered best in his position in the world.
In the world, yeah.
So Canada has all the building blocks just to kind of honestly just leapfrog US for a little bit if they play the cards right. So US get the coach that's needed, and honestly, sometimes just you got to get some MLS people in there. One thing about the Copa America that everybody was saying was how almost every team that has done well has had some MLS players in there. Yeah, you need the hunger. You need players that go in there with a little bit of I got to prove myself.
Jesse Marsh went up to Bielsa.
Dude, I almost had you.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Oh man, but